This is video tonight of the former president's motorcade leaving a hospital in Pennsylvania. We're told he is okay, saying a bullet grazed his right ear. Thank you so much for counting on NBC2 News at 11. I'm Elise Chingari. Now, a majority of the nation's leaders are now condemning the political violence tonight, attempting to lower the temperature, but still some are turning up the heat, pointing fingers at the other side. NBC2's Christopher Salas is in our Washington bureau with the very latest.
Tonight, former President Donald Trump says he is fine after being shot at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. It was a chaotic scene following what investigators are calling an assassination attempt on the former president's life, and it was all caught on camera. We do want to warn you that this video may be disturbing to some.
Take a look at what happened.
Several shots rang out, and the former president was immediately tackled by Secret Service agents. Those shots continued before the agents lifted Trump up, and Trump defiantly raised his fist in the air with a bloodied face. He was rushed off the stage by those agents to be evaluated at the hospital. Again, his campaign says he is fine. In a statement, the former president says, quote, "I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin." The former president added that nothing is known about the gunman at this time. Police shot and killed that person. They also found an AR-style rifle at the scene. Meanwhile, another rally goer was killed, and the Butler County District Attorney said that another attendee was also shot. They were taken to a local hospital, and they are in serious condition. Again, the FBI and Secret Service are investigating this shooting as an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump's life. Here in Milwaukee, host to the Republican National Convention, you can already see that security is beefing up, and it's unclear how this shooting on the former president is going to impact the convention schedule or security here in Milwaukee. Reporting in Milwaukee, I'm Christopher Salas. Now back to you.
Thank you. Now, the response tonight, it's been swift. Everyone grateful the former president's injuries aren't more serious. Vice President Kamala Harris said she and her husband, Doug, are relieved he is not seriously injured, saying we must all condemn this abhorrent act and do our part to ensure that it does not lead to more violence. Former President Barack Obama sharing the same sentiment, saying there is absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy, wishing the former president a quick recovery. Florida Attorney General Moody saying she is praying for President Donald Trump and his family and the entire nation. And Florida Senator Rick Scott saying he's glad he's okay and praying for everyone at that rally. Now, our local leaders wanting to respond to this senseless political violence. And when they want to talk, they talk with our NBC2 chief political correspondent, Dave Elias. You're the one that they all reach out to. Obviously, you're right here in studio with us talking about this here tonight. It's been difficult to see these videos and that blood coming down his face today.
You know, it really has been, Elise, for everyone. And I've been texting with many of our political leaders. And tonight, I sat down exclusively with 3 local lawmakers who also admit that security is on top of their mind. And seeing President Trump shot reinforces that.
Republican state legislator Spencer Roach and Jenna Persons and controversial political consultant Terry Miller tonight discussed this history-making event with me.
And I think everyone in public office takes that risk of service or any high-profile position.
Spencer Roach's office was shot at in 2021, although it was deemed accidental.
As I tell people, accidental or not, you're just as dead.
Last July, his home was shot at.
And my home was shot in a drive-by shooting last July. And at some point, I believe in my second term in office, I had a death threat that FDLE deemed credible and had assigned me a protective detail at the Capitol for a few days. So
Jenna Persons also recalls threats when she sponsored a controversial unborn child bill.
But that legislation led to rallies outside my office, even here locally, where there were signs with threats to my life.
She hopes, though, this tragedy will unite the country.
We can't lose hope that we will never be unified again. We are a resilient country. We are a strong country.
Political consultant Terry Miller believes the shooting will send a message.
The fact that Trump stood up and raised his hand showed that he won't be intimidated, that he's not going to allow this to get him off of his mission to become the next president. And you're not going to use these types of third world tactics to dissuade him.
A scene Roach says will go down in the history books.
That photo with the American flag in the background, his fist raised in the air and blood on his face, will be an iconic photo that will be in American history books for the next 200 years.
Now, Dave, just earlier this week, you were covering one of Trump's political events over in Doral. I know I've covered a few of his over in Ohio throughout the years. Explain to people what it's like being there and the security that you go through.
Well, you know, I can tell you, Elise, that this particular rally, there was a lot of security. I went through a metal detector. They wanded me when I entered. They went through my bag, even threw out a can of hairspray that I had. They went through our photographer's bag and searched all of his gear. They inspected everything. But despite all of that, whenever I go to any of these rallies, I am always on alert because, you know, security is at the top of everyone's mind, especially when they're politically charged like many of the Trump rallies are. So, again, this is something that all of us are talking about tonight, thinking about, and I think the bottom line for lawmakers is they hope that this will just bring down the temperature a little bit.
I know we both did interviews today, and it seems like no matter what political side you are on, everybody is basically saying just how devastating this is for it to happen to anyone.
They really are. And I think we're all watching tonight, hopefully learning.
Dave, thanks so much for joining us with that tonight.
I was saddened just for the sake of humanity, doing that to humanity. It's a cowardly act, even in a public situation, to try to take somebody's life in any way is wrong. And so really I was saddened for the state of our nation. And quite honestly, we prayed for unity for our nation.
Well, as you're hearing from someone speaking on this horrifying news of the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump, like we said, pretty much everyone that we are speaking with are saying that they are sad to hear that this happened and the current state of our country right now.
The whole world at the moment. I mean, what makes that happen? What makes someone want to do that? It's a crazy world we live in. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully they find the other person and get on with life.
Now, we spoke to these people there in downtown Fort Myers to get what they wanted to say about this. Wright also did say that in the long haul, they are optimistic about how lawmakers will handle this news.
I just think it's a sad day for our country, and I think people need to wake up and realize that we are under attack.
Well, you just heard from Collier County Republican State Committeewoman Joanne DiBartolo. So NBC2's Mohammed Abdul-Qawi spoke with the committeewoman today in Naples. That's where he joins us live right now. Mohammed.
That's right, Elise. I did talk to her a few hours ago, and she was actually going to head up to Milwaukee to the National Republican Convention. She told me she did have a concern of the increase of security, but now in Milwaukee, she says that it's going to be much tighter.
Oh, I expected this to happen. First, it was the Russian collusion. Then it was impeachment. Then it was raiding Mar-a-Lago. I mean, what you can't stop them and trying to put him in prison. You know, eventually it was going to be this.
Take a look at what happened.
Reaction tonight from local Republicans following an apparent assassination attempt at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. According to Trump, the bullet hit his upper part of his right ear, shocking the nation, the world, and Southwest Florida.
This is the only way they figured that they could stop him.
DiBartolo was part of the Trump campaign during his first run in 2016. Now she's looking ahead to what is expected to be his nomination in 2024.
It's going to take a lot out of us this week. We're going to be under so much security and scrutiny. I just don't know what we're going to expect this week. And is there going to be other attempts this week? I don't know.
The convention starts Monday in Milwaukee. Reporting live and local here in Naples, Mohammed Abdul-Qawi, NBC2.
But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem.
You just heard from President Joe Biden as he responded to the attack on former President Donald Trump. White House correspondent Kaylin Norwood joins us from the White House, where she's giving us a closer look at what the president had to say today.
It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country.
President Joe Biden giving an emergency briefing from Delaware after a suspected assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump Saturday night. Biden said he's relieved to hear Trump's doing well and thanks Secret Service for getting the former president to safety. The head of Secret Service and Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas briefed the president shortly after the shooting at his political opponent and presumptive Republican nominee's rally.
The idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody.
That was Kaylin Norwood reporting. Make sure you stay with us. We will be right back as we continue our coverage locally and nationally of this attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump.
Mornings happen fast. It can feel like you're running late before you even get out of bed. But NBC2 News Today keeps you moving. This isn't a quick look at the weather. This is street-level storm tracking in your backyard. It's severe weather first alerts that move with you and the area's most trusted live radar, making your plans weatherproof without missing a beat. When you want Southwest Florida's favorite morning news, count on NBC2 News Today.
Closed captioning sponsored by Inspired Closets. Scan the code to schedule your free design consultation.
Teeny weeny beanie, it's a teeny weeny beanie.
Ooh, shade.
As Floridians, we know storms are a part of life, and hurricane season is here. That's why it's so important to be prepared. At FPL, we're working every day year-round to get ready for storm season. And we want to make sure you're ready too. So develop a plan, stock up on supplies, and secure your home before severe weather hits. Visit FPL.com/storm for a storm guide and download our mobile app to get real-time updates. FPL, working for you every single day.
At Burlington, there's so much to love. The amazing brands, the fashion you want, the savings you expect, and of course, the hottest deals under the sun. It's the summer of savings at Burlington. You'll love the deals. You'll love Burlington. Wow.
NBC2 View Network. Sponsored by Associates and Bruce L. Shiner. Attorneys for the injured. Focused on justice since 1971.
Thank you for staying with us again tonight. Officials are calling today's events an assassination attempt on our former president, Donald Trump. Tonight, our national investigative correspondent, John Cardinale, has been reviewing the video of what unfolded and has new information on the shooting.
Hello, Butler, and hello to Pennsylvania.
Former President Donald Trump was speaking at a podium about border crossing numbers with his supporters behind him. That's when 5 shots over the course of 2 seconds rang out. You can see right at the second bang, Trump grabs the right side of his head and then gets down to the ground after the 5th shot. Watch as Secret Service then jump on top of him. You can hear people yelling to take cover. 2 seconds later, those bangs begin again, 5 or 6 in a row. 10 seconds go by and there's another pop, and people in the crowd scream. 31 seconds later, you can hear personnel, apparently Secret Service or security, say this.
Good. Shooters down. Are we good to move? We're clear. Let's move.
After a few more seconds, the podium microphone picks up Trump saying this.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we got to move to the bus.
After all of that, Secret Service rushes Trump off the stage. That's when we saw him give the fist pump to the crowd with blood on his face. And we hear the USA chants from his supporters. The Secret Service confirms the shooter is dead, shot by their personnel. They said the shooter was not in the venue. They were outside firing from an elevated position. The investigation is being turned over to the FBI. In Washington, I'm National Investigative Correspondent John Cardinale.
That, again, was John Cardinale reporting. We'll be right back after a short break with what members of Trump's family are saying tonight and more local reaction to what happened today. Stay with us.
The clients are the heartbeat of our firm. Without the clients, where would we be? You got to be able to understand where they're coming from as a client. To me, that's the only way you can be a successful lawyer.
This summer is the perfect time to get away with a great deal on your favorite Hyundai models. All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now. Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Did you have a great July 4th weekend? Celebrating? Maybe getting away? Well, with all the fun and excitement, you missed the Rooms to Go July 4th sale. But here's good news. We're extending the sale this weekend, offering you a second chance to get our great July 4th sale prices. Plus, to make buying super easy, get 50-month interest-free financing with low monthly payments. That's the Rooms to Go July 4th sale extension. Now through Monday. Don't miss it.
Ready?
The power of sanctuary. Discover it for yourself at the Lincoln Summer Invitation. Lease the 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Premier for $515 a month for 36 months with $5,051 cash due at signing.
If you've been in a truck accident, you need attorneys that know trucks. Call Farah and Farah and put our big truck experience to work for you. Farah and Farah.
And tonight we're now hearing from former President Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, as she has issued a statement on that shooting today. She says in part, quote, "Thank you for your love and prayers for my father and for the other victims of today's senseless violence in Butler, Pennsylvania. I am grateful to the Secret Service and all the other law enforcement officers for their quick and decisive actions today. I continue to pray for our country." When we come back, we'll also tell you more about the other events that are taking place. Now, we reached out to Florida Gulf Coast University and law professional Pamela Say. She tells us there are certain protections in place for former presidents and presidential candidates, which the former President Donald Trump falls into both of these categories. So that means Secret Service is there to keep their eye out. In this incident, they were able to locate that shooter off the rally grounds there and kill him after the shots were fired. As for the next steps, Pamela Say says from a law perspective, they need to find out if the shooter was working alone.
Obviously, since this person is deceased, then there will be no prosecution. On the other hand, if there was a second person, if there was an accomplice, how did they get there? Who provided them the guns? Did anyone know about this ahead of time? There may be some other people involved, and there may be some prosecutions that do need to take place.
She tells us following this shooting, it raises a lot of other questions and more safety concerns. Like, for example, could more surveillance and protection be in place for all of those rally goers? Make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Count on Peter Bush. Weeknights on NBC2.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event. So make it yours. Make it now. Make it 0% APR financing. Make it a zero down payment and make it no payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles. Only at your local Ford dealer.
We're celebrating 53 years of the best memories at Citi, with up to 20% off our bestsellers, only at the anniversary sale for a limited time. Citi Furniture, designed for love.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
These are your stories told nightly. Stories that affect your community, your family, your friends. This is your source for breaking news and your guide to making your plans weatherproof. This is your window to the world.
Your community.
Your neighborhood. That's why you count on NBC2.
Count on the experience of NBC2's Jason Dunning.
Holy unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, just look at that chaos. You just heard the heart-pounding moments. People were just scattering after those shots were fired at former President Donald Trump's campaign event today in Pennsylvania. As we know, the gunman is dead at this time, as well as a person who was attending that rally event there today. We're told that 2 other people are in critical condition. We're still working and try to find out how they are doing and try to get an update on their conditions further. And New York police are increasing their presence around Trump Tower and other sensitive locations in the city. We're learning about this tonight as well. Trump Tower is already under the watch of the NYPD. We're told officers are also now increasing security at 40 Wall Street as well as City Hall. Again, we'll be right back after this short break, and we'll also take a look at your local weather when we come back.
Get into an Audi and go your own way. Find your way to exceptional offers during the Summer of Audi sales event at your local Audi dealer.
The moment you're diagnosed with cancer is the moment you know that you don't have to fight it alone. Because the Lee Health Cancer Institute was created for this exact moment. We offer the most effective treatment options with the latest technologies and top experts. It's comprehensive and compassionate support you can rely on, from diagnosis to treatment to survivorship. We'll be there the moment you need us, where you need us, in Southwest Florida. The Lee Health Cancer Institute.
You need a plan that's weatherproof, and NBC2's Jason Dunning has it. He's tracking, updating, and alerting you first.
You can expect it to push in right around lunchtime.
Count on NBC2's Jason Dunning to make your plans weatherproof.
Get into an Audi and go your own way. Find your way to exceptional offers during the Summer of Audi sales event at your local Audi dealer.
Tonight in our newsroom, we've also reached out to local law enforcement about what happened today in Pennsylvania. Our Sheriff Carmine Marcino with Lee County Sheriff's Office has released a statement on Facebook. So he's saying, in part, the men and women of Lee County Sheriff's Office stand in solidarity with their brothers and sisters in the Secret Service and the FBI. We pray for President Trump and our nation. Of course, we are staying on top of this. We are getting local reaction for you here at NBC2. We are trying to get the latest nationally on what is happening from Pennsylvania, the conditions on the other 2 people. I know we're switching gears a bit now to go to our forecast with you.
Let's get everybody ready for the rest of the weekend as well, because, of course, we want to focus on some of those storms that we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. Today, we had some decent showers and thunderstorms, some putting down 1 to even 2 inches of rain, slightly over 2 inches of rain. But I want to point your attention to where they were located. You had some that developed here along the coast, and a large portion of them down off to our south and east across parts of Hendry and Collier County. Remember that, because that's going to play a role as we get into tomorrow's chance for showers and thunderstorms. Now, tonight, though, the rain is really overall wrapped up. Got a few areas, maybe a little bit of sprinkles out there, but most of the rain done for tonight. Not worried about any more drops for the overnight. Let's get you into your Sunday. So tomorrow morning, as you're waking up, getting out, we'll have some peaks of sunshine. That's going to play a role in warming us up pretty quickly. Some clouds going to be moving in here as we get towards the lunch hour. Now, I do expect after lunch, we may start seeing a few showers and thunderstorms develop here right along the coast as the sea breeze starts to kick in. That'll be kind of our first little band of showers and thunderstorms that we have to watch for. But the second band is going to be down to our south and east, very similar to what we saw today. today. We've got a dominant easterly wind pattern. This is going to stay in place for the next few days, so you can kind of expect this cycle to repeat itself. So as we get into 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, I do expect some more banding to develop here down to our south and east, several heavy downpours. I'll also say, too, one thing I noticed today with a lot of these storms, big lightning makers. So we need to make sure we're staying inside when any of these storms do develop as we do get into your Sunday. As far as timing for this to wrap up, well, 7:30, still seeing some storms. I think we continue to see some, maybe even up till 9, 10 o'clock at night. It's going to be late night till those things start to wind down. So overall, before lunch looks to be best as far as no rain chances, and then after lunch, we will be battling a few of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. Tonight, though, those storms have come to an end. It is quiet out there. Clouds going to break up a little bit for us, and that's crucial because it's going to help warm us up a lot more tomorrow. We'll start the morning out at 78 degrees, and we are really going to warm up in the afternoon. Temperatures tomorrow by around 3 to 4 o'clock. Forecasting in the mid-90s, around 94 here along the coast. Some inland communities may even get up to 95 degrees. So very warm. This is above average. We should be around 92. Now, you've been outside. You know it's muggy out there. When you add that into the temperature, well, your heat index is going to be well up there into the triple digits. Tomorrow I'm forecasting anywhere from 100 to 108. So again, continue to be careful. Listen to your body. Make sure you are taking those breaks to go inside and cool off. Hey, this cycle is looking to stick around. We've got a dominant easterly wind here over the next couple of days. So you'll kind of see the setup for the showers, where and when, is going to be pretty repetitive. The only thing that's going to change, though, is the temperature. We are not going to see as high of temperatures after Sunday. They'll back off closer towards the lower 90s for the rest of the week. So tomorrow going to be the hot day for us. Once we get into the beginning of the new week, temperatures are going to hold very steady for us, right around the lower 90s, pretty much all the way through Friday at 92 degrees. Overnight lows still staying very mild in the upper 70s. And of course, you know the drill. Keep that umbrella handy as we continue to battle our afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms can almost set your clock at least to 3 o'clock, and you can start seeing them here on the coast.
Hot days ahead, a lot of rain, right?
Most certainly. Got to be careful with that heat.
Have the umbrella ready.
Yeah, I want to have the umbrella handy, AC ready, and of course drinking lots of water. I want everybody to take care of themselves. Be careful out there.
Exactly. Well, for myself and Justin, everyone working hard here behind the scenes today, we appreciate you tuning in to NBC2 News. We are going to take you to more of that special coverage of the attempted assassination, attempt on former President Donald Trump. And again, here at NBC2, we'll cover this again in the morning. Thank you and good night.